My teen daughter ditched her sister with a stranger so she could party. Saturday turned into one of the worst days I've had in a long time. My 12-year-old son was suddenly hit with a high fever. He had been sick for a couple of days already, testing negative for COVID, but when the fever spiked, I knew I couldn't risk it anymore. I needed to take him to the ER immediately. Now here's the thing. I'm a single mom of 3. I've got no real support. Their dad's been out of the picture since my youngest was born, and we don't have family close by. I do everything I can to hold things down. I have 2 babysitters I normally rely on, and I always try them first. I never want to put the burden on my daughter. She's 16. She deserves her own life, her own time with friends, her own teenage years. I've only ever asked her to babysit once, and I paid her well, like above minimum wage. I respect her time. But that day, the sitters weren't answering. I was stuck. I had no time to waste. So I turned to her. I told her I really needed her to stay home and watch her little sister who's 8. I apologized over and over, said I'd pay her again, and even said her friends could come over to our place instead if that helped. But she flipped out. She got so mad and asked why I couldn't just send her sister to the neighbors. The neighbors we don't even know. They moved in last month. We've waved at each other maybe twice while grabbing the mail. That's it. No conversations, no exchanges, nothing. I told her absolutely not. I'm not dropping my 8-year-old off with total strangers. She was clearly pissed, but I didn't have time to keep arguing. I bumped up the pay to $18 an hour and told her I had to leave. She rolled her eyes but didn't say anything else, so I left. We get to the ER and have to wait forever. She keeps texting me, asking if the sitters responded. They didn't. I told her I'd be out of reach for a while because we were about to be seen. And then it got even worse. The doctor said my son had a really bad case of RSV, and because of some health issues he already has, they were admitting him for the night. I was terrified. I called her back to update her and immediately heard voices in the background. I asked, "Oh, did your friends come over?" And she goes, super casually, "No, I dropped Cassie off at the neighbors and went out." My heart dropped. I was furious. I told her to go home immediately and get her sister. She didn't even ask for the neighbor's number. She just left her little sister, a literal child, with strangers, and didn't leave my number either in case anything went wrong. What if something had happened? What if my daughter had never come back? She started arguing with me over the phone, saying she already made plans and didn't want to cancel. I told her I didn't give a damn. This wasn't about her plans anymore. I had a kid in the hospital and another one left with people I didn't know. I told her she was grounded, no discussion, and she needed to FaceTime me right now when she got home to prove Cassie was safe. Eventually she did. My mom was able to drive down, a 2-hour trip, and stay with the girls so I could focus on my son. I told her straight up, Polly doesn't leave the house. No exceptions. The next day we got back and I sat Polly down to talk. I told her how serious this was, that it wasn't about missing a hangout or getting grounded. It was about trust. Her brother was hospitalized. I asked her how she could possibly think it was okay to just drop her sister off with someone we barely knew. And she just looked me dead in the face and said, "That's not my problem. No emotion, no regret, just pure attitude." Then she had the audacity to ask when I was going to pay her. I told her I wasn't paying her a damn cent. She didn't babysit. She ditched. She lied to me. She put her sister at risk. She handed her off like a package and walked out the door without even thinking twice. I went over and apologized to the neighbor. He said it was fine and that he would have called me, but Polly hadn't left my number. Nothing. He just took care of a stranger's kid without being able to reach the mom because my daughter wanted to go hang out with her friends. And still, Polly acts like I'm the bad guy. Like I ruined her weekend, like asking her to help in an emergency was some massive betrayal. I get it. She's a teenager. But I cannot wrap my head around the fact that she looked at her 8-year-old sister, saw me in crisis, and decided her plans were more important than all of it. And now she's stomping around, slamming doors, acting like she's the victim because she got grounded.